So I was originally going to make a video praising Borderlands 3 for their marketing and was going to wait a little so my fanboy didn't show by having two of these videos back to back after my Moe's and Vault Hunter one, but I feel like this really needs to be addressed. Borderlands has had people sitting on the edge of their seats for essentially 7 years, hungry for any tease, leak, or rumor they can sink their teeth into. So when Borderlands was revealed, with all technical problems aside, it was crazy. People were cheering, the internet exploded, and the reveal was amazing. That is nothing short of an exaggeration. It had everything we wanted: a look at in-game footage, the staple zany Borderlands humor, the cel-shaded style returning, a glimpse into the story, and of course, guns with legs. The only problem? There's actually been a continuous stream of them, along with unsavory tabloid headlines and internet feuds surrounding the newest installation, and man, is it ever starting to kill the joy-puking awesomeness of the new announcement. Now, trust me, nobody wants to turn a blind eye to these issues more than me. I have been practically salivating over the gameplay event that just passed for countless hours. On March 28th, Borderlands held their own panel and everybody knew exactly what it was for. It was no secret that the next Borderlands game was in development. Pitchford was clear about that for a long time now, from subtle teases to being damn near transparent about it. So March 28th rolls around and everybody, including myself, is glued to their screens. After a long panel and presentation, a drawn out magic trick, and a series of technical problems, we finally get to see Borderlands 3. And it was beautiful. It was beyond beautiful. It was exactly what we dreamt it would be after 7 long years. Yes, 7 years. This oversized DLC does not count. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but I hardly consider it a successor or even a sequel at the least. Although it did have pew-pew guns. I do like me some pew-pew guns. Breakdowns, discussions, theories, analyzing? People analyzing it flooded the internet, and of course doing what the internet does the best, complaining about it. This is where the Pitchford problem started to arise. But before we talk about that, I want to dive into what made the marketing for Borderlands so good, gush a little bit, and then I'll come back to our good old friend Randy here. Borderlands 3 started off strong with how much content they were pushing within the week of the announcement. We got 3 trailers. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Bam, bam, turkey and ham. That's a hat trick, baby. And they weren't just recycled trailers of one another, they were all independent trailers, and each one of them with different atmospheres, a different purpose, and targeting different people and emotions. You know, those things inside you that turn you into a blubbering wet mess of tears and sadness every time you watch the original Pokemon movie? They all stopped fighting to bring them back. Oh my god. The power of friendship. That's what good marketing does. It makes you feel shit. It gets all inside your feelers and gets you going. I could word this way better. So first things first, they dropped their Mask of Mayhem trailer, which even by itself is just, oh, that's some good art. If there's one thing that Borderlands has, it's style. This trailer was for the fans of the series. This was the engine starting on the hype train, and holy shit did it work. Who are these people? Is this a cult? Look at those abs. Is that a robot? More abs? Oh, and it makes a mask. This is still my favorite of the trailers, hands down. There was so much content packed into it, and they still released another 2 after this. Okay, I've already ranted about this one trailer for too long. I love it. It may or may not be my desktop background right now. No, I'll never tell. This trailer led up to the premiere event that we already discussed beforehand, yada yada yada. Little cringe here, little cringe there, rip on battle royales.
Battle royale or something.
And then this bad boy finally plays without stuttering. Now this one is for those familiar with the series, both longtime fans and not. It's got that punchy jump cut style, completely driven by the music, a staple of Borderlands trailers, and it drops jaws. Not to mention that this introduced me to Grizz's music, and oh, Grizz, I know you're not watching, but dude, your music touches my soul. This is the first time we see any footage of Borderlands 3, and it looks juicy. It even has a saxophone solo. Other companies take notes. You see this? This is how you promote a game. You get big sexy men with sexy mustaches making sexy music. It showcased the new worlds, the characters, a taste of new Vault Hunters, and it created an atmosphere for the game. Don't get me wrong, I love this trailer as well, but man, I just want to dig my hands into the third trailer they released though. This trailer was meant for the public, those who haven't seen Borderlands yet, those who haven't played Borderlands yet, those who have yet to experience the daddy of loot shooters. It's the stylized trailer. Just open your ear holes to this magic.
It's pretty catchy. Well, this is pretty good.
This trailer gets you feeling good. It's got actions, it's got explosions, it's got crazy characters, great music, and this big boy, look at that belly. What is not to love? All of these trailers make you feel something, and each of them makes you feel something unique. That is good advertising. But that's not what's making Borderlands earn its gold star sticker. What they followed all of this with does. After Gearbox collectively blew all of our minds, they continued to blow all of our minds. Again. Something you may not have noticed at first while I was shouting about them is that the trailers have been hiding subtle clues in all of them. There is a blinking light that translates to Morse code on the top left here. There are codes scattered throughout the trailer. The promotional work that they were releasing afterwards has hidden text inside of it in Morse code, hidden behind color values, in the image text. They are keeping us engaged and wanting more. That's where Gearbox became the Usain Bolt of marketing, that's where they completely towered over the competition, and that's how they're still winning, despite everything that's going on right now. They constantly kept the community involved in their material. And what happens when you make a puzzle? People want to solve it, and then people make videos, and then people watch those videos, and they work together, then they crack more information, and the cycle repeats, just giving it constant attention and praise. I gotta hand it to Gearbox, 2K, Take-Two, whoever was behind these decisions, because you won me over for a second time, and I'm sure you won over first-time buyers as well. It was smart and beyond well executed. Then Randy happened. While Borderlands 3 was killing it with the advertisements, the trailers, the constant release of information, and most importantly the community working together to crack the codes, Gearbox's CEO Randy Pitchford seemed to be killing the game's steam, pun completely intended, over on our best friend Twitter. A lot of people gave Gearbox and Randy flack. I am on fire with these today. For the press conference with the magic trick that went on for a while.
1, 2, 3. You do it. 4, 24, 25, 26.
6 hours later.
43, 44, 45, 46. Stop!
Why wouldn't you pick a number lower than 40? This man's warned you. And then the technical difficulties with the presentation.
So, you want to hear a story, huh?
But Randy, my man, I forgave you for all of that. I actually think you handled this situation really well. I even defended your honor on Twitter to all 25 of my followers. Randy, most of those situations were out of your hands, and I can completely understand working on something for so long and having the big reveal butchered, all of those people, all of that time spent, all of that work, and it got messed up. You had reasons to be upset, but you kept your cool on stage, even when the crowd didn't.
We should have brought our own equipment, right? Can we do it, you guys? No, they're amazing. It's just there's a lot to manage here, and it's 4K, and it's kind of new.
But the constant confusion around almost everything else? I don't know. I really wanted to give Randy and Gearbox the upper hand here, but there's just been problem after problem, and they keep popping up. I can't ignore it anymore. I'm gonna speedrun my way through these because this video is already way longer than what I was anticipating, and these have already been done to death by anybody covering anything Borderlands. Here we go. Borderlands 3 will be Epic Store exclusive. This blew up a lot, and people are still boycotting the game for its exclusive deal with Epic to only be available in their launcher and then come to Steam half a year later. I get it. These things happen. I understand the company's decision behind it, and by company I mean 2K. But the real problem is Randy's responses to some of these questions being addressed to him and the backlash of this decision. I myself also like to be real on Twitter. I get it, Randy. No censorship, free speech, I dig it, but I'm also a YouTuber not the CEO of a very famous company in the process of advertising their biggest project to date. There is a line that shouldn't be crossed with that title, and unfortunately, it was. Sometimes fighting with fire just isn't the best solution, and for the most part, just comes off as immature. Troy Baker not returning to play as Reese. Troy Baker played the role of Reese, one of the main characters of Tales from the Borderlands, and he loved that character. That character was Troy. The community fell in love with Troy as Reese, and overall it just seems weird to have a Bakerless Reese. When asked on Twitter, Randy stated that Troy had turned down the role, but Troy said that he wasn't offered the role in the first place and would have loved to come back and reprise the character, and seemed genuinely upset about it. Then it became a game of he said, she said, and most people are leaning to one side more than the other. Will Borderlands 3 have microtransactions? No. Then yes. And then no. David Eddings not returning to reprise the role of Claptrap because Gearbox, quote unquote, couldn't afford him. This one just continuously keeps to blow up. All of these center around the miscommunication from Gearbox, the company, or Randy Pitchford himself. It is greatly upsetting to see this as a fan of the series. I am very excited to play the newest installment. I have been an avid fan of this series since I played the first game split screen with my little brother almost a decade ago. The only problem is now I'm really questioning where I'm putting my money and what I'm supporting. After all of the confusion, headlines, articles, the trailers, ARG experience, and community building, all the good and all the bad, will I still be buying Borderlands 3? As it stands right now, yes. I still want to support this game. I want to support the workers who put their heart and soul into this game and work so hard to make it, from what I can tell, a damn good game. But Gearbox, Randy, whoever is pulling the strings here, please take note of this. Loyal fans like myself are starting to question whether or not this is worth the investment. Not because of the content, lack of content, or anything about the game, or even its exclusivity with launchers, but because of supporting possibly unethical business decisions and shady tactics. I am by no means saying that I think all of these statements or articles are entirely true, same as I don't think all of Randy's replies or Gearbox's for that matter may be true. It's hard to tell when it becomes this game of he said, she said, and it's gotten to the point where you have to take everything with a grain of salt. So yes, I will be buying Borderlands 3, but will that answer stay a yes? If this continues to go down the path it has been, I don't know anymore. Thank you so much for sticking around all the way up until this point. I know this was a long video, much longer than my other opinion pieces, but this is a conversation I really wanted to start, and I hope we can continue it in the comments below. I am really interested to see what your take is on this. Will you still be buying Borderlands 3, or are you joining the ragtag team of boycott bandits? Let me know. I try to release these opinion pieces as often as I can, along with a bunch of other gaming stuff on this channel, so if you want to see more of my videos, make sure you hit subscribe. If you like it, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. It always helps me know where I can improve, and that little notification bell down there might just notify you whenever I upload a new video. I know, crazy, right? The future is now. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Catch you later.